Welcome, everybody, to Full Spectrum Universe. My name is Rob Yox, and today we have a very, very fun topic to talk about, and it's what's really going on at Cern. CERN, what CERN stands for, is the European Laboratory for Particle Physics. It is a laboratory that was established in Geneva, Switzerland in 1954. It was also formerly known as the European Organization for Nuclear Research. CERN is a specific laboratory, aka facility, that is something that they wanted to put forward at this time was that they wanted no political affiliation with any ideological party or political party, but they also wanted to benefit mankind, but still have no actual affiliation with any specific nation. That's one of the reasons why they picked Switzerland in every world war and throughout history. Switzerland has always been a neutral country, which is something that a lot of people don't realize when they look at what's actually going on in this specific, trying to maintain their anonymity from all nations in that sense. CERN has a mission. CERN's mission is to essentially provide a unique range of particle accelerator facilities that enable research at the forefront of all human knowledge. They basically want to perform world-class research in the fundamentals of physics. That is one of the things that they also want to do. But like I said before, they don't want any anonymity to any nation, but they want collaboration from all the different nations together, which is why they want to perform world-class research in the fundamental of physics, like I've already stated. But now they want to unite the people from all over the world to push the frontiers of science and technology for the benefit of all mankind. They also have adapted over the last 20 years more programs than just physics itself. They have neutrino programs, they have bio programs. They're getting into a lot of different things that they didn't start off or initialize when they first were incepted, but now they want to go forward and work on so many different fields, from astrophysics to biology, chemistry, and they're moving forward with a lot of those programs. The goals for CERN is to discover through science, technological innovation, and diversity, and bringing neutrinos together, inspiration and education. Now, also, they want to bring nations together as well, but a neutrino program that they have is one of the things that they're really pushing forward right now. Now, what they want to do in this specific thing is they want to use the world-class accelerator, which is the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, to its maximum potential during its high luminosity phase. We're going to go over a little bit of technical stuff in this video, but we're also going to go over some of the conspiracy theories that essentially, not hinder, but we'll say have left a stain on what they do and getting some financial backing for this specific programs. One thing that they want to do is they want to provide and maintain, continually update a diverse, complementary scientific program serving as a broad community, including contributing to a long baseline of neutrino projects outside of Europe, like I said. So neutrino programs to them are very good. Neutrino programs essentially are photons, electrons, protons, neutrons, more along the subatomic levels of physics, shall we say. They want to prepare for a post-LHC high energy accelerator project through design studies such as the CLIC and the FCC. If you don't know what those mean, I'd advise you to look them up. They are pretty interesting as well. And a vigorous accelerator R&D program, which is also run for programs through Awake and other programs like AIM. One of the things that they want to do in their aim and mission goals, what they do is they're trying to plot a course forward. And what they aim to do is be completely a politically neutral voice for science, advocating investment and fundamental research and evidence based on policy. Build further links with industry in the terms of transfer of knowledge from CERN to industry itself. Basically, they want to take CERN and they want to turn it into an industrial boost. which at this time they have not prevailed any of that information or any of that knowledge and how it will help later on. But they will be getting to it in the years to come. I know that for a fact. I've been reading a lot on their website today, as you can see. They also want to train a new generation of scientists and engineers and inspire and nourish and nurture scientific awareness in all citizens. They want everybody around the world to essentially take part in science and maintain a momentum so we push science forward so we can help our everyday living, we can help long-term life and goals like that, which to me is admirable. But I believe that there are some sub underlining things with this specific program that they're not telling us up front. It's really nice to be, all lovey-dovey, hippy-dippy for the world and things like that. But I believe that there's more to it than just that. And always, whenever you're looking at facilities that are either nationally funded or maybe not funded in certain ways, you have to look at it and say to yourself, is there anything maybe shady going on? Is there any underlying issues that maybe aren't in the forefront? Because majority of the time, nothing is ever really as it seems. It's always something else underneath that's showing people, that this really, as you can see, it's underneath the ground as well, but it's showing people that maybe this is not all what they're trying to do. So other fields that they like to work in is dark matter, supermagnets, ultra-high vacuums, antimatter, cryogenics, antiprotons, and of course, the Large Hadron Collider. The Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator. But here's the kicker. We'll get to it actually in a little while. We're going to hold off on that bit of information for a little while. This specific Hadron Collider was actually first fired up on September 10th, 2008, and it remains the latest addition to Cern's accelerator complex. Cern has actually been around since 1954, but this specific collider has only been produced since 2008. So now this collider is going to be some of the main focus of what we talk about. This collider consists of 16.7-mile ring of superconducting magnets with a number of accelerator structures to boost energy of particles along the way. Like I said, what they do at this place is they basically smash stuff together and things get crazy. What they do is when these particles smash together, they try and measure whatever comes out of smashing them together. Usually it only lasts a couple of milliseconds, fractions of a second. It's very difficult. So all of their instruments have to literally be super, super sensitive. So they pick up on a lot of different stuff. One of the things that really brought this about with this specific collider was the Higgs Boson. The Higgs Boson is basically it's an equation, or let's say a mechanism, as they say in science. And I'll explain it. In the 1970s, physicists realized that there are very close ties between two of the four fundamental forces of physics. The four fundamental forces are gravitation, electromagnetism, the weak interaction, and the strong interaction. Now, the Higgs-Boson boson basically exploits two of those. And what they do is essentially it creates a field, but I'm going to get into a little bit more descriptive detail, okay? Because to understand what the collider does, you have to understand this as well. And like I said, we're going into all of this to prove something later on. So bear with me as I go through the technical babble. But basically, the weak force and electromagnetism are the two forces that can be described within the same theory, which forms a base for a standard model. A standard model is essentially an equation that they're taking and they can use it on a regular basis without too much up and down, or there's a margin of error that they can go by. So the unification implies that electricity and magnetism, light, and some types of radioactivity are all main manifestations of this single underlying force known as the electroweak force. So now that we know that, this is what they're assigning the things on. I'm not going to go too far into how exactly it works, That's a lot of technical babble, which I'm sure you don't want to hear. But the result is basically a visible manifestation of the field. It creates a field that they can measure. And a great way to describe this specific weak force or electroweak force, pardon me, is that if you were to throw a stone in a pond, that ripple that you see would be the force field. That's what it consists of. So moving forward, on July, basically, it was a problem for many years with all this equipment is they couldn't figure out how to use it properly or to measure it properly. But on July 4th, 2012, the ATLAS, yes, that's Atlas, and the CMS experiments at Cern, largest hadron collider, announced that they had observed a new particle in the mass region around 125 GeV, which is giga electronic volts. This is what some would call the God particle. It has been known for that ever since it came out. God particle means it's just basically it's just an irrelevant particle that they've never had any contact with, which they feel it could basically show you how our specific universe was formed and things like that. It could be that one missing element to how the Big Bang was created. So one of the other things that they like to talk about is that these specific scientists who found this specific particle, they also won a Nobel Prize together, and that was on October 8th, 2013. They won a Nobel Prize in physics, and their names were Francois Englert and Peter Higgins. And it was for theoretical discovery of a mechanism that contributes to understanding the origin of mass at subatomic particles. So that's pretty cool to me. I think that that's pretty cool. This is how I have these slides here. I'm going to put them up for you to read at your own leisure. I'm not going to go into all of it, but this is exactly how they work. It is a lot of technical babble. So I'm going to give you a couple moments while I go over some of the things and I talk so you can read it. But from here on out, we're going to go into some theories that are posed basically against, what they're talking about. So there's one more slide. You can have a look at it. And this is basically what are they doing in there? What people that are in our culture and are on the outside of the box think that they're doing inside of the facility. It ranges. But these, like I said, these are all conspiracy theories of people saying, hey, I think this is happening in there with no scientific background. But you know how people are. We throw stuff out there. They throw it against the wall to see if it sticks. That's how it looks like when it's in there. So as we go forward here, we're going to go over some slides and we're going to talk about what the first one is. The first thing that they really want to do now is these are some of the theories that you'll see here is they want to make a bigger one. But there's a lot of things that people are saying, like people feared that as soon as the collider was turned on, that they thought it would destroy the Earth. There is a big backlash that as soon as they started messing with these particles, that it would literally destroy all life on Earth. But as you can see, at this point, it's been on for quite a while. These are the two gentlemen that actually put it together. As time went on, nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. So they've had protests outside of Cern, which is kind of crazy. One of the other things that they think it does is, this is what I was telling you about. They wanted to make a bigger one. This is the future circle. As you can see in the bottom left corner is the original LHC. That was 16.7 miles. That was 27 kilometers. So now they want to do 100 kilometer size one, which will be so huge. But, what they're talking about is when it comes to, having delays, they thought back in the day when they first started to put this whole system together, that there was a lot of delays in the very beginning. What those delays were caused from, people thought was because a time traveler came back and tried to stop the building of the Hadron Collider because of some future event that would destroy the world. They literally were articles flying all over the internet about this, that some Terminator type of thing, the Hadron Collider was Skynet, the Terminator came back and he wanted to destroy it. Which, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but obviously it has nothing's happened yet. But who knows in the future? Smashing particles together can become dangerous. It's dangerous. There's radiation. They have to contain this very, very well. So another theory or conspiracy theory that they were pushing forward was that basically what the CERN was doing was manifesting inside of the Earth's crust fluctuation, which in turn was causing earthquakes all over the world. There have been I was looking into it. There have been a 16% increase in earthquakes along the tectonic plates in the Pacific region of the globe. So is that plausible? Very well could be. It very well could be. I don't know. But from my statistical looking at the statistics that I was looking at, it's a very real possibility. It's a very real possibility. Another thing that they're worried about is they're worried about opening portals to other dimensions, or basically a portal to hell, which is this. I just read an article from 6 days ago saying that that's why people are acting the way that they're acting right now on this planet with all the civil unrest, is because they've been possessed by demons, because they opened a portal to hell. I mean, that sounds plausible to me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm not one to sit there and go that far out, but to me, that sounds pretty damn plausible. They also think that maybe it might have, at some point, messing around with CERN might have altered the timeline. And right now, we're on a different timeline, or a skewed timeline than we're supposed to be on. Now, if you look at this a little bit closer, you can see that there is basically the Mandela effect happening all over time. You could literally cite specific instances where the Mandela effect has changed things. So is that a possibility? I mean, to me, I think that could really be something that happened. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. But it sounds viable. It sounds like that could actually work. Now, there is some other crazy stuff. And I'm going to get to this, and this is really what, it gets a little crazy here. There is some occult following of the Hadron Collider. And in 2015, as you can see in this picture, you see that this group of cloaked men seem to be doing some kind of ritual around this statue at Cern on the complex. That is the statue of the Hindu god Shiva, who is the goddess of death, amongst other things. This could be another thing that's skewing timelines, is an occult fascination with smashing particles. How this works together or coincides, I'm not really sure. But to me, whenever you see rituals like this, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out in the news in the next couple months that's going to have a lot to do with the occult and satanic ritual. Some people say in the Hindu culture that Shiva is the satanic version of the devil. You're going to see a lot of things that are going to shock you, that are going to come out in the next couple weeks. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Mark my words for it. It's not a prediction. It's a promise. That's a promise. So basically, with this occult rituals, the men in the black cloaks are performing. It's odd. It's odd. This could lead to one of those things that they said that they sent the time traveler back to stop. These occult rituals could cause catastrophe and could kill the world. But these are my takes on it. So what do you people think? That's what I want to know. Please leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are and if you like the video or not. Other than that, please like, follow, and share on Facebook. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Full Spectrum Universe. That is our YouTube channel. Please also join our subscription services where you get a lot of extra content. You also get interaction. This is going to be one of the most fully interactive and multifaceted shows that you've ever seen. We have 2 sites where you can subscribe and get to the next level to get bonus content that isn't on YouTube. We have patreon.com, Full Spectrum Universe. We also have substarscribe.com/Full Spectrum Universe. I hope to hear from you all soon. I hope to see you all soon. And I really hope that what you do is you come and you join us, you become part of the family, and we all get to work together to put shows together that are gonna be amazing. Have a great 4th of July, everybody, and have a great night. This is Rob Yox. We're on Full Spectrum Universe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.